We
now
have
back
Bob
to Jennifer
Scheer,
and Jeff.
who was scorching fast in practice, and now I understand he's working on his car.
Yeah, another thing. These minis are dropping like flies. I think we got more minis than the end of the class. Of course, BMW USA stepping up with the contingency for USTCC, so everybody wants to run the mini. Rich Peterson's back, returning. Bob Scheer returned back. Because Bob's still working on his car. He's going to slave away. He's going to try to make that race to get that mini contingency. But it sure is great to see Rich back with his Le Mans karting Mini Cooper, so it's great to have him back as well. Lawnmower cars coming out. We got people that aren't here. Pete Bovenberg walked out of his motorhome, tripped and fell and broke his ankle. He's fourth in points, I believe, so he's unable to make this race now. Bon Giovanni, second or third in points, not going to make it. You know, as of the last race, he dropped because he didn't make the last race either. So people are moving up. You know, Andy Chittum finished second at the last event. He's moving up there. He can jump all the way up to fourth place after this race. So if he has a good event, and qualified second.
So we had 5 different races, 5 different winners. We're on round 6 right now. Jeff, pop quiz. Name the 5 winners of the last 5 races.
Oh, man, hold on. Where's my notes? Hey, the cue card guy's not holding my cue cards anymore. What's going on? Hey, where are they at? Okay, for round 1, I can do it. Can I do it in order?
Sure.
Round 1, we had David Bongiovanni. Round 2 was Andy Hope from Sport Compact Car Magazine filling in the OPAC car. Round 3 was Tom Lepper. Hey, my dad. All right, there you go. Old man stepping up and getting it done. Round 4, we had, this is going to kill me now. Was it Curt? Curt Simmons, round 4. And then the last winner, Andrie, brand new, Andrie Hartanto coming out and winning.
So the grid's set. We're ready to race. Tell me, Rick, what's your predictions?
Well, it's hard to say, but we have a front-wheel drive Acura on pole versus a rear-wheel drive BMW in second. Chittum's BMW has historically gotten better starts. Chances are that he'll be able to repeat that and get a jump on Hartanto to turn 1. That, we'll see. It's going to be anybody's game. Hartanto has been super quick in every session so far, but Andy can be difficult to pass. But whatever the case, it's imperative if Andy wants to win this race that he must get the jump to turn 1 and get in front of Hartanto. If he lets Hartanto get in front of him, he has pretty much no hope of winning this race.
Let's take a look at our starting grid. On pole, Andrie Hartanto in the Red Zone Performance Acura TSX.
Starting in second place is Andy Chittum in the BDM Motorworks BMW 328 Ti.
Second row, Curt Simmons in the Stevens Creek Dodge SRT4.
On the outside is Tom Lepper in the Spoon Sports Acura TSX.
In the third row, we have Michael McCulligan in the Racing Beat Mazda RX-8.
And finally, we have Rich Peterson in the Bergman Company's Mini Cooper X.
Looks like we're ready to go racing. The Toyota Camry safety car is ready to pull off, and we await the green flag.
And look at that. Chittum gets a great start. Leaps forward. Chittum is a 2-car leg, just like that.
Simmons gets a great start, too, and he's right up there with Chittum and Hartanto.
Lepper was the one that got a really poor start. It looks like he was passed by Simmons and McCulligan and is in danger of even more spots losing.
Now, if you remember, McCulligan, who's trying to score points for the Duplicolor Top Rookie Award, did very well passing Lepper using the RX-8's excellent chassis.
And look at that. Now the top 3, Chittum, Hartanto, and Simmons, are already pulling away from the rest of the field. Now we're getting to the tight section of Buttonwillow, and this is where that Acura should be very strong. Look at that. He is actually closing up on the bumper. He's on the bumper of that BDM Motorworks BMW. He wants to pass Andy.
Yeah, it looks like the two of them have pulled away slightly from Simmons, who's now in third place all by himself.
Yeah, the pace these two guys are pacing right now, are setting right now, I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to keep up with them. Now on board with Hartanto. Look, Hartanto does everything right, and he still gets beaten off the line, but that tremendous grip of that BMW, the BMW just can launch harder and faster than the Acura can. But now on the short straight, coming out of turn 1, they're dead even going on to the straightaway. This is going to be a great fight, and Andy knows it. Now we're on board with Chittum's car, and look at that. He just comes off the line with minimal revs, not too much wheel spin, perfect timing, and just grabs through the gears and works his magic. The BMW hooks up and is gone. Now we're on board with Curt Simmons in the SRT4, and look at that. In contrast, this car, he is just beating the heck out of this car. It's on the rev limiter. He's floored. He is just pushing this car beyond what the car wants. And he's just out there trying to get as much of this. And you know what? It worked, because now he's in third place and he's right on the bumper of the two front-running cars. With Leper in the Spoon Sports Acura TSX. Leper probably got the worst start of everybody in here today. And look at that. He got passed by Simmons, and then he gets passed by McCulligan's RX-8. All this within a matter of a few feet. It looks like he just wasn't ready for the start. He just had a little delay. And look at that. Now, the Mini of Bob Shear just goes blowing by him right on the straightaway. Leopard must be so fresh up back. He was right up front, and now he's dropped back like a stone. Leopard's going to have a long afternoon ahead of him. He better get a move on and start passing some cars, or else this whole championship he's worked so hard for is going to... He needs some points out of this race today. Now we're on board with McCulligan's RX-8, and this car, another of the rear drive cars, also gets a fantastic launch, gets by Leper, and is right up there with Simmons, Hartanto, and Chittum. Another great start by McCulligan in the Mazda Trix RX-8. And whoa, look at that! Shear in that Mini Cooper S just goes blowing by. Shear was ultra fast all weekend long. He had qualifying, could not get a good qualifying time, and he had to start in the back, but now he's making it all up. Look at that. He's already worked himself up to 4th place, and he's up there trying to get more. Whoa, watch out for that dust cloud. That's what this track is famous for.
So up front, after one lap, we have Chittum still leading in the black BMW, followed very closely by the blue and white Acura of Hartanto. In fact, so close, 0.98 seconds, the official time from timing and scoring. Simmons is still in third, and then rounding out the top 5, we have Shear in the Mini, followed by Leper in the Acura TSX.
This trio is really evenly matched. Simmons lost ground a little bit just on the first lap because of being a little bit too aggressive on the throttle and lost some time due to that. But then, since then, he's calmed down and made up all the ground, and now he's right up there with the leaders.
It looks like none of these three want to make a move. They are just waiting for the guy in front of them to make the mistake first.
That's what happens when you're this close and this evenly matched. You just got to be patient and wait for the guy in front to make a mistake. Otherwise, there's no chance of making a move.
Yikes. Speaking of opportunity, there it is. Chittum goes wide at the entrance of the hairpin and leaves the door wide open.
Look at that. Chittum's dragging the cone, and he goes from first to third just like that.
Let's take a look at what happened from Hartanto's viewpoint.
Chittum gets slightly offline where there's less grip and tries to take his braking deep, but the car just won't slow down. That's the problem with going out there. When you have somebody on your butt pressuring you, you tend to make mistakes and miss your marks.
It is so easy to lose focus, and if you lose your concentration for a split second, this is what can happen.
Now we're looking at it from Andy's car. He must be so frustrated right now. Just look at it. He's doing everything he can, misses it by a touch, and he just loses 2 positions, boom, in a heartbeat. All that hard work down the drain.
So back to the front. Now we have Hartanto, Simmons, and Chittum. This is what Hartanto wanted from the beginning. He didn't want to be stuck behind anyone. He can now set the pace of the race.
I would expect Hartanto to open it up now and build a gap between himself and the second place car. If he can set the speed that he showed in qualifying now, nobody will be able to catch him. He can just get some clean air, go out there, do what he wants, and not be slowed down by anybody else.
So here we go. It looks as if Hartanto is setting that fast lap, and inevitably when you do that, you're going to get into some lap traffic. So let's see how they deal with getting past those slower cars.